continues. Our cast of characters include Gary Stewart, author. Hello there, Gary Stewart. Master Your Universe. That is his book. We have the insane Daryl Wayne, and we have another character because he's on his way as we speak to Arizona, where it's only going to be 124 degrees.
I know, exactly.
He is the CEO of Social Blue Book. His name is Chad Sahley. Chad, welcome to Late Night Help.
Hi, thanks for having us, creators who were sick of being taken advantage of by Hollywood middlemen. So Blue Book was formed to empower creators so they would know what their value is when doing branding deals on various platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snap, a variety of different platforms.
What do you mean that they get their I guess they're paid what they're worth or what they feel they're worth?
I'll explain a little bit more. Take it. You had a YouTube channel with a bunch of followers, and a brand like a soda brand came and said, "Hey, we want you to promote our soda on your YouTube channel." Well, you would get paid. You should get paid for that.
Right.
A lot of people are sending products to creators hoping they'll promote their products, and we were realizing, hey, we're worth a lot more than $2, $1 can of Coke. We should be getting, some of us are worth $1,000, some of us are worth $10,000, but nobody knows how to value that. And that's how Social Blue Book was formed. It looks at like how many viewers you have, it looks at your engagement levels, your watch time, your demographics, and it says, hey, here's what we think you're worth for promoting that can of soda. Does that make sense?
It does, as long as it's organic. Remember, this is a health show,
yes.
Yes.
Chad.
Right.
No aspartame-free zone.
Yes, an
right. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's say as long as we'll call it an orange. Forget the soda.
Gotcha.
Promote the orange.
Which is funny because Gary just brought a bag of peaches and oranges into the studio with him
Organic
today.
from Montecito.
Well, don't promote them without going to Blue Book first.
Exactly. When somebody is creating content, I'm a content creator as Gary is, and so is Daryl. Yeah. As we create content, and I create video content as well as audio content, how do I know what I'm worth? And that knowing, that figuring out, that can be very stressful on one.
Yeah, let's do it neat. Let's break this down in a simpler way for you guys, right? Take it. Gary has 1 million followers. So let's be realistic. Like he has 100,000 or maybe 1,000.
Right.
Maybe you have 100,000 followers, Gary. I have 100,000 followers. Gary has a lot of likes, comments, and a long watch time. I have none of those things, but we both have 100,000 followers.
Right.
Who's worth more? Gary's worth more, right? And depending on the platform, some platforms pay more than others. YouTube plays the highest right now, and then let's say Twitter, the least of the platforms.
Right.
Got it.
And that's so that kind of gives you an overall idea. It's a lot more than that, but that's in the simplest form how it works.
Let's just mention. Let's talk about. I guess a lot of content creators get stressed when they're out of their bailiwick. Okay, they're out of their arena. They're camera people, they're producers, they're hosts, and they get stressed out. Can Social Blue Book help relieve and reduce that stress and angst?
Yeah, you mean like for instance, is a popular creator, Tazon Day, who did the song "Chocolate Rain," got 113 million views on YouTube on his one video. That's 3 million more views than this year's Super Bowl, by the way.
Wow.
He said he used to walk around his apartment stressing about not knowing where to start, not having a starting point for his negotiation. So that's what Blue Book stepped in and said, hey, here's what we think you should be getting. And it took a lot of angst out of the negotiation process for him, because a lot of the smaller creators, nobody wants to represent them because it's not worth it. What am I going to make off of a $100 deal? $10? I'm not going to work for that.
But they will grow.
That's where Blue Book steps in and says, "Hey, we're going to help you," because they can't, right? So that's what we do. That's how we relieve.
So it's like being an agent. It's like being an agent for someone who has a big following that wants to target a niche market for a certain product or whatever, to tie them both together. So it's exposure and monetarily fruitful for the person with the following.
And we have negotiation tools that allow them to negotiate, and it has escrow, like it's a secure method of payment.
Can't beat
a lot
that.
of these creators will imagine, if Gary, somebody came to you guys and said, "Hey, we want to give you X amount of dollars, but we are out of Europe somewhere." Well, there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid.
Right. Exactly.
Well, now you'll be able to put the money into an escrow type system, and when both sides are happy, we release the pay to you.
Right.
So it kind of, once again, takes the stress off of you, not having an agent or a manager to help you out.
And your website is socialbluebook.com. We're having some difficulty hearing you. What I'd like to do is have you come back in a couple of weeks, and we will continue this conversation. Does that sound cool to you?
Yes, thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
All right, cool was the operative word.
Yes,
all
in
right.
Arizona.
In
but
Arizona.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah, right. All right. Go to socialbluebook.com for more information. We'll have Chad back in a few weeks, and we will continue our conversation. You're a content creator.
Yes, absolutely.
And Daryl, you are as well. Do you get stressed when you're creating content? I'm going to throw that to Daryl first.
The pressure of doing it week in and week out and being entertaining each week, especially if you're under a deadline,
Yeah.
A lot of artists, you say, okay, if you do software or if you do hard art, to say you need to do a painting, it's got to be done by 5 o'clock this afternoon is a little bit of pressure, certainly.
And how about you, Gary?
I find, I write for, Maria Savoy?
Sure.
Yeah, she was in San Diego at the GIS. I write for a magazine. It's changed the title, a much better title, My Authentic Life. And I've been writing once a month, but the next month, like August 1st, October's issue is due, so I'm like 2 months ahead on everything, and there's a lot of pressure to get it done. The last week of the month, I got to get that article out, so I'm thinking of things to write. Then I just, and
Zap
I might
out.
be 2 weeks early, and I said I'm doing 2 weeks early because I'll be traveling. So.
Well, when I'm producing and Daryl produces with me some video, I may hide the stress, but it's really stressful.
Sometimes not.
Sometimes not stressful?
No, sometimes you don't act it.
Oh, sometimes I don't act it. It's true. Yeah,
he's a pacer. He tends to, keep moving on his feet constantly. Walking back and forth.
Well, you've seen me even in studio.
Yeah,
We've been in studio together. I'm a pacer, and I don't sit down.
Yeah.
Daryl and I, we have a friend, Scott Schilling.
Yes, Scott's
Right?
fantastic.
Right?
Another Evolutionary Business Council member, and I think founding member.
I think he is a founding member.
Fantastic person.
Right? So Scott, Daryl and I are producing. I think I was directing at the time. And in studio, Scott's on, and all of a sudden he starts not feeling well. Right? He had a stroke.
Right, exactly.
He had a stroke.
Yeah.
On set.
Wow.
On the set. The host and the producer wouldn't let him go to the hospital for another hour.
Oh, jeez.
It was
How compassionate.
yeah. Well, we won't go there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was interesting. I mean, it was at Christmas time, and I don't think his family could get to him quickly, so he had a day or so of loneliness in the hospital until they could arrive. And then, of course, after you have a stroke, you're not supposed to fly. So he had
exactly.
He
the pressure.
had to wait. How do you, Gary, alleviate stress?
I find taking yoga, swimming, doing aqua aerobics. For a lot of our listeners out there, the best thing you can do is move your body, because our mind just awfulizes. It creates the worst case scenario. But if we start moving our body, either doing yoga, doing stretchers, a power walk, a gentle walk, just getting in your body takes it out. your body can handle the extra hormones and burn it off. But you got to move your body rather than sit there and think and worry and look online and stare at the computer. What the heck am I going to do? It's like get away from the computer.
That's what I tend
go
to do.
For a walk. Me too.
I tend
and
to
say I got to go take a walk. It's great. There's a lot of public pools, gyms, swimming, anything you can do just to get in your body.
And what do you do?
Well, for the first time in a long time, we're here in Ventura. We're a mile and a half from the ocean.
Yeah.
And I haven't been there in years.
Mm-hmm.
And last Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, I had a lot of work to do, and I was starting to get a little stressed. And my wife and I went down to the beach, and I just walked out in the water and got wet a couple of times, and felt very relaxed and came back to it. But just the act of doing that was
it's amazing.
It was cleansing. It was
the simplest things.
Yeah, it sort of wiped some of it away.
Yeah, and also at the beach, there's negative ions with the waves and everything, so you're getting refreshed.
I should have joined. Well, I was in
Baywatch a long time ago.
Good. That would have been nice.
Looking for Hasselhoff
or Baywatch
or Baywatch. What Carol and I, my wife and I, have been doing. We started a garden.
Oh, fantastic!
And that's fun. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know that Daryl likes to watch things
What takes
grow.
your mind off thing when you're touching the dirt? You're grounded. Same negative.
Oh, I don't touch the dirt. I wear gloves.
All
right.
The princely garden.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I do. But anyway. This is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Allen, along with Gary Stewart, the insane Daryl Wayne. We return as Late Night Health continues.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Grief can be such a burden on your heart. It can be crippling to the point where you can't even seem to function. I've been there, and I know that pain. But I also know you're not alone in that sorrow. We're all going through something in this life. Just as the sun has to face dark days, so do we. But the sun also has to shine again. Letting go of grief is not about letting go of your loved one. It's about making room in your heart for the love that you hold for them. If you have great grief, then you must have a very big heart too. It's time to fill your heart with that love and share it with everyone.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit GuideToTheSoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on LateNightHealth.com.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.